What's going on, guys? It's Dumb.
And Dumber. And today, we are going to teach you something that you should know about already.
It's come to our attention that when we were going through fan mail, that you guys are severely depleted in art. Take a look at this, for example. The autonomy is really bad, and the drawing. This Y is backwards, and Dumber's name isn't even spelled correctly. So, Timmy, you're going to need to do better. Being 6-year-old is not an excuse for bad art.
Nope, no excuse.
That is why today we're going to teach you how to
draw.
Dumb and Dumber Summer.
Now, the very first thing that you want to do when you start drawing is draw a perfect circle. Draw a perfect circle. Draw a perfect circle. First try. This is important because this is a shape. If you start drawing and you don't have a circle down, how are you going to be able to tell the difference between the shapes? See, now when I draw a square, I know it's a square because it's right next to the circle. I also know what a triangle is because I have the triangle and it's next to the square, which is next to the triangle, which is next to the circle.
Very good plates Teutonics, Dumb. And now what I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to draw a stick figure. So first you start with a head.
That's the circle, by the way. That's the one they
And
started
then
with.
you do the legs. And then you do the body, and if it doesn't match up quite right, you can just make a neck and kind of bend it around. And then you do the arms, and now here's where the really important part comes in, and that is the shading. So they say when you do shading, when you're drawing, you want to get different shades right. If it's the sun coming from the left, you want to get the shading on the right. And if you do it the right way, it can make it seem like things are coming from different angles and at different distances. So for this stick figure, I'm going to shade him evenly all around. Shade on the body, shade on the feet, on the head, and that's some pretty good shading.
As you can tell, we have our highlights still revealed so that you can tell which part of the drawing is closest to the camera.
Exactly.
This entire process is called rendering.
Yes, but not the kind of rendering when you burn the edges of your meat to make the fat correct.
How did you know that's exactly what I was going to say, Dumber?
I actually didn't know that was what you were about to say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take...
Our heads think so alike.
Our heads are connected at birth.
Now, you have heard that it is said, when Plato was a young boy, he invented Play-Doh. That is why it is called that.
Plato's closet.
And he took all of that Play-Doh and he made a perfect sphere. In fact, it was so perfect that it would go on to be our metric kilogram measurement for everybody in the entire world.
Take that, flat earthers. It's a sphere.
What's really important about this kilogram is that when he dropped it from a height with another sphere, the big one dropped faster. And because of that, we always shade our big circles first. So if you have like tiny circles here, like imagine these are like little bubbles. When you go to shade, you want to be shading this big one here. And I'm about to show you how to shade. Dumber is demonstrating cross thatching. I'm going to show you pointlessness. Some say that this makes my circle look diseased, but joke's on you, Mom, when I win an award for my art. Who's gonna be laughing then?
Yeah, probably not Mom.
Now you can notice there is perfect shading on this circle.
I kind of like how it has the speckled on one side look. It kind of looks like kind of artsy.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am going to tell you about an artist who is very classical and very renowned, and his name is Van Gogh, and I'm going to spell it. Oh, my marker's not working. I'm going to try again. Doesn't work very well, but that's okay. Van
Dumber, sometimes you can try.
Gogh. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Imagine you have a tomahawk and you're
Van
chopping
Gogh,
down.
that's how you spell his name. And he made his
What else
van
Van do?
go by drawing on it. So he had a van, and it was like this, and here are the wheels of his van, and he drew like this starry night on the side of his van with like the moon and everything, and I think there was like a person over here on the side, and his van was so beautiful that the van's morale was boosted enough that it hyped up all of its audiences to want to push it, and he had a lot of people pushing his van, and that's how he got his van to go. Or at least so I learned from a TikTok.
Van Gogh is best known for his drawings of happiness, depicting lots and lots of happy art.
Yes. He even did one of a lady who some say she has a mysterious smile. Some say maybe it's because she was holding a balloon between her knees. Who knows?
I think it was because of a balloon.
I'm intending to somewhat agree with that. So moving on, we're just gonna erase this whole thing and start over from scratch, because now I want to teach you about the smiley face method of impressionism. And the way it works is you draw a smiley face and you look at it and you think, what kind of impression am I getting from that smiley face? Right now, the impression I am getting is happiness, maybe a little bit of confusion or sadness, but mostly a little bit of happiness.
It's a bit
So
like
now,
the lady that we mentioned before. It's mysterious.
a little bit mysterious. But now,
Beauty, once another thing that you have heard it said is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but nobody who's ever looked at my art has also been holding a bee. So I don't think that's true.
Now, the impression I'm getting from this smiley face is not so much of a happy impression as it is a rather emotionally distraught impression. This smiley face gives me the feeling that whoever is making this impression probably needs some therapy or therapeutic, or it just does not look very happy.
Sometimes our mom looks like that when we empty the dishwasher.
Yes, that may have happened 1 or 2 times.
I don't know why, because we were doing her a favor. And now we think it would be fair if we, instead of just telling Timmy how absolutely terrible and ugly his artwork is, which it is, we're going to show you how to make this exact picture, but way better.
I think that's a great idea.
And if there's people in your life that are not doing good, you need to hold them to a higher standard, because if they are not upholding a higher standard, then why would you be their friend?
Obviously.
So what we notice here is this dog, and this dog has absolutely terrible autonomy, and this dog has really bad
autonomy.
Autonomy. And you can tell because when you look at these legs, they're what? Stick legs. And you're only supposed to have sticks with stick figures, not with a dog. So we're going to draw a dog, and we're going to start with our circle again. And this time we're going to do a bigger head, because dogs actually have bigger heads.
I will entertain in the meantime by drawing... Oh, hold on. Let's try. It's kind of working. I'm going to do some stars over here.
So now that we have the dog's head, we're going to do the ears. Now you notice the ears were sticking straight up in this picture, but dog's ears don't actually do that. They're triangles and they go down like this. So I'm going to draw my triangle here, and then I'm also going to draw my triangle here. This is when you have ears that like flop over, like a real dog. And now we're going to do the eyes. Dogs have kind of black beady eyes. And dogs, when they smile, they actually have teeth. So we're going to add those in. And this dog has pointy teeth, so we're going to add those in here too. Doesn't this just look so snuggly and cute? I just want to hug this dog, and I know this dog doesn't even exist. And now we're going to draw the body. This is what we call foreshadowing, when the things that are far away from camera look smaller than the things that are closer to camera. So now we're going to draw those legs. Remember, we're not going to do them as sticks. We're going to do them as, they're kind of closer to like triangles or squares. And then the ones in the front, people don't know this, but most dogs' front legs are shorter. And their elbows actually bend backwards, not like a horse where their elbows bend forwards. You have to make sure you get all the fingers. And this arm is hidden by the other arm, so you can just see that there. Now we're going to do the tail. What you noticed here is like 5 million tails. Do you see this? Timmy, what were you doing? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tails. So instead of that, we're just going to do one tail like most dogs normally have. And we're going to do that. And just like that, your dog is 5 million times better. Look at the difference between these two. The autonomy is staggering. Absolutely incredible. Look at the difference between our drawings and Timmy's drawings. And look at Dummer's. Dummer's is also 10 times better. Just with a little bit of the improvement that we've been giving. So now I'm going to hand it over to Dummer for the stick figures, because he is our stick figure expert.
A stick figure specialist, you might say. So for the final point in this evolution, we're going to do the stick figures. So stick figures, the secret about them is that the body can actually be facing any direction you want. And in this case, we're going to do that, and we're going to make the arms come out. The legs can come out whatever direction you want, and then you put face on it, and then you put the hair. So that's one pretty good stick figure. I think that's probably little Timmy. And then over here, we're going to do another stick figure. And this stick figure is going to be in the crescent moon shape of the body with a head right here. And then the arms are going to just kind of be squiggly for a little bit of like extra art. And this, I'm going to make this one dumb. So it's got the longer hair. And the best one way to make long hair is to like make it kind of all kind of fall down like kind of boringly like Tim did on his. But the other way you can do long hair is you can just kind of like have it go out in every direction. And it gives kind of like a, I don't know, a cool artsy look.
And the last thing that you're going to learn is how to do a heart. what's really important is that you do 2 circles, and then you draw a triangle, and it looks like an ice cream cone, and then you erase part of it, and then you have a perfect heart.
And the way that I like to do an art is I try to get it as close to realistic as possible. So I do kind of like a blob, and then I just do tons of tubes coming out from every direction. And kind of you want to fill it up with some blood too. So.
And make sure you sign your name at the bottom.
Make sure you sign your name. And that's how you sign your name. So now that we have taken you through this whole art lesson, we have now educated on this thing that really everyone should already know about. It's honestly kind of shameful that we even have to educate you on it, because I'm pretty sure everybody is born at birth with the ability to draw. I think that's one of those things that babies have from birth. But
I had it from birth. When I was a kid and I would draw in like kids class or whatever, the teachers would like hover over top of, and they would like look at it and they would be like, "Oh my gosh, dumb, what is that?" To which I would respond, "I know, isn't that incredible that I'm able to draw like this at age 2? Some of those drawings were actually so good that when my mother saw them, she didn't put them on the refrigerator. She hid them away forever so that they would never be damaged.
My mom said I was drawing in the womb. Anyways, now that we have taught you all of these things, we have taught you how to do Van Gogh and how to draw a dog and stick figures and pointlessnessism and
Pointillism.
Pointillism and
Pointillism? No. Pointistism?
yeah, I think it's that one. And what else did we teach them?
Well, we taught them, most importantly, not to be like Timmy. So now that you've seen our perfect and beautiful art, we're going to do what we should have done a long time ago and return to sender.
Don't send us fan mail if you have horrible art skills or just aren't ready to send a quality message, because we'll just reject it and send it back.
Don't send us ugly things.
Yeah. In fact, we might just make a whole nother video about your fan mail if it's not up to par.
We will probably set it on fire.
I think that about wraps it up, Dumb. What do you think?
I think it's wrapped.
And just like we did all the drawing for all this video, we are now going to draw it to a close.
And tonight, I will draw a bath.
Yes.
I don't really know what that means, but my mom says it's taking a bath.
And as they say in the cool kids days, take it easy, fam.
Peace!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about shading. So grab your sketchbook and your pencil and let's get started. As you can see here, I've already started sketching out for my reference.
What is that?
Did you even start with a circle?
I mean, look at that nose. That just looks pretty cringe, if I'm being honest.
Such a good
oval is that
The eyebrows are like not the right number of hairs.
serious.
Most human eyes are not gray, and that looks pretty gray to me, if I'm being honest.
You probably shouldn't have started with a
Who even let you guys down here?
Folds in the
I thought I
clothing
locked
are
the
just
door.
kind of like...
Because you should probably be using dry erase.
All right, you guys are gonna have to get out, okay? I'm gonna.
Listen, if you didn't want
I'm
us
trying to film a video here.
why
Can
would
you
be
please?
doing bad art if you didn't want us to come in?
Do you guys know you're adopted?
What?